you. Oh, yeah, Mike? Well, you're going down.
How was that?
That was scary.
Jake Paul or Mike Tyson?
Jake Paul.
Hell yeah, brother.
How are you preparing for this fight with Nate Diaz where he doesn't want to engage with you?
Yeah, look, with Mike Tyson, it means the world. You know, when one of the greatest boxing legends of all time in the history of the sport.
The upcoming fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson and YouTuber cum boxer Jake Paul has the entire boxing world buzzing with excitement. In recent days, the excitement reached fever pitch as Jake Paul promised to deliver a knockout to Mike Tyson in round 1.
Jake Joseph Paul will knock out Mike Perry in 2 rounds.
We're gonna make fun while we're doing it. Have some fun while we're doing it.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Best job in the world.
Baby.
Best job in the world. Best job in the world. Most dangerous job in the world.
Let's go.
Don't fall asleep.
A little more seasoning. You got way too confident.
Take shots. We ain't doing no different. You know why? You gotta bet.
Sir,
You gotta bet. Yeah.
Nah, everything's gonna pick him apart. I'm too powerful right now. Too crazy, too good of a boxer, and he makes too many mistakes, so you're gonna see me pick him apart.
Bold statement, if you ask me, but Jake Paul is confident he can deliver, and his fans are going wild. This much anticipated boxing fiesta is unique because we are going to witness the aggressive punching power of Mike Tyson and the unpredictability of Jake Paul. Jake, the problem child. Paul has been busy this year. He has fought against mixed martial artist and the bare knuckle fighting championships platinum, Mike Perry, in an 8-round cruiserweight bout at the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. The problem child battered Mike Perry Saturday night, knocking down the bare knuckle brawler 3 times and winning the fight by TKO in the 6th round.
Holy cow. Five.
From start to finish, Paul delivered crushing punches to his rival and left his face coated with blood during the fight. Paul took some hard shots, but used his boxing skill to keep Perry at bay. The convincing and bloody victory cleared the way for a fight against Mike Tyson, and might be one of the reasons Jake Paul is confident of facing Iron Mike himself.
What do you say about your legacy if you end up beating Mike Tyson, and not just beating Mike Tyson, knocking Mike Tyson out?
Obviously, it would be the biggest moment in all of boxing history on Friday night when I put this man to sleep. So that is pretty dope.
He dreams a lot. A lot of dreams.
I knew they all come true.
This is not gonna come true, young man.
Do you think he stands a chance against the best boxer the world has ever seen? Well, let's look at Paul's fighting style and where his advantage over Tyson might come from during the match. For those that don't know, Paul has gotten a lot of hate from boxing enthusiasts and a lot of fans around the world throughout his come up in the sport.
Good, Mike. Nice 1, 2, 3. Yes, go again. No emotion. Fight. Mike, by yourself, Jab. Mike, this is amazing, Mike. Roll 3. Woo! Excelente, Mike. Excelente for good, Mike. Excelente for stance. Smoke that joint they go to gym.
Yes, his early career was full of gimmicks and perfect matchmaking by his team. But there is no debating whether this guy can fight at this point. He is a very good athlete, big, strong, and fast with a lot of pop in his punches. The biggest reason he is a legitimate boxer now is his work ethic. He has the resources to hire the best trainers and many sparring partners to sharpen his skills, and he has done just that. He has devoted his time, energy, and money to make himself a legit boxer, and the result is there for everyone to see.
Clicks, and they wanted to do their first ever fight. The goal was to get a massive opponent. And eventually, it made sense.
Jake's camp has been going absolutely amazing. I went at least 2 to 3 weeks of aerobic type training to be transitioned into really hyper-focused on the anaerobic lactic side, meaning that fast, explosive, working on those energy systems, making them really strong. We went even longer in the baseline phase of things. We went 4 weeks of baseline straight first.
Him fighting the 2-minute round, what I had to do was start him off with 3-minute rounds first, just get him in that shape, and that's the longevity part of it.
Talking about results, one of the things that can make the result of the fight against Tyson end in his favor is his speed. But that is easy since he is nearly 30 years younger than Tyson. Also, Paul will have a reach advantage. Again, there is no surprise here because he is taller than Tyson. Additionally, he has gotten a lot better with his feet. So, he is able to stay light on his toes and move out of range while countering attacks from his opponents.
So moves like he is 168 pounds. That's a heavyweight's nightmare.
He'll be carrying a lot more weight than he normally does, but just getting comfortable with it. And also, we brought in a lot of big guys to hit on Jake to give him that heavyweight aspect.
How is the sparring been this camp?
Get out the wagon, what is you saying? Cause I am the playing it. This isn't back in the day again.
Been good.
Mikey.
One thing to look for is his big right overhand shot he sets up constantly in his bouts. This is surely his best weapon and what he's most comfortable with. Paul sets his opponents up with jabs to the body, sometimes doubling them up and then finishing with a massive overhand right. It's impressive how accurate he is with this shot because most of the time, he isn't even looking at the target, talking about the target. Anyone who has been watching footage of Tyson's training sessions online must have noticed how he keeps leaning forward towards his sparring partners to launch his punches.
He was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time.
Yes, sir. Day 4, it was okay. But you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got feet to guard the war. Get ready, baby.
This might work to Jake Paul's advantage. Paul has been working on an uppercut, a shot he knocked out Andre August with last December, and that will be available with good timing on November 15th. However, all these analyses may be different from the reality in the ring. While we can discuss all day about how good Jake Paul has become because of his training and facilities available to him, he is not a professional boxer, nor does he have the same experience of fighting in high-stakes matches in the ring. Tyson has 4 times the number of knockouts as Paul has in total fights in his professional career. It's fair to assume Tyson has forgotten more about boxing than Paul has learned about the sport. While Paul's fans can be excited that his height, youth, and power of Paul seems to be a daunting test for the 58-year-old who hasn't won a professional fight in almost 22 years.
How are you doing?
And still, Jazzy, I'm doing great. Eating a cookie, I couldn't be happier.
Exactly, and good thing on the cookie, because I tried them. They're really good. So, who was the person that you both were very excited to meet, and what's one thing that you both took away from that experience? I'll start with you.
Well, I'm at The Rock tonight, and he is larger than expected. My girlfriend told me that I need to work on my biceps after meeting him, so I will be working on my biceps moving forward, but really great guy.
Well, that's very great to hear, and you never know, maybe one day I can interview The Rock. But yes, he seems very large in person, and, well, you never know, you might need to hit the gym more.
Yeah, oh God, I do. I do.
All Okay, we got it, Mr.
Tyson
Jake
looking
Paul.
nice.
Ooh.
Tyson looking nice. I'm looking like some rice.
We must remember that Tyson isn't like any older man in his 50s. He is a natural-born killer who has years and years of experience removing his opponents from consciousness. Tyson himself confirmed this, saying, "There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and papers made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural-born killer. That's the difference," Tyson concluded. His peekaboo style is impossible to replicate and prepare for until Paul has Tyson in front of him. Even though physical advantages all go to Paul, Tyson has the experience and mentality to teach the younger man a lesson in the ring.
Yes. Low. Yes.
He does better to the body. Better to the body.
You right, coach?
Mike, tá well? Maybe I need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there.
Good shit.
That's the Japan. 12 rounds. 12 rounds. 12 rounds. Ooh.
It's day one. The fun just begun. Day three. You still want to fuck with me? Day four, no, it was okay.
Recent sparring footage of Tyson shows he still has the power to hurt heavyweight opponents. He dropped a training partner with a left hook with what looked to be 16 or maybe even 20-ounce gloves. In addition, the structure for this fight is in Tyson's favor. There will be 8 two-minute rounds that will provide non-stop action and help the older man be able to recover after a shorter period of time of combat. Also, the gloves will be 14 ounces and will provide more protection for both fighters. This could help the older man be able to deflect more shots and soften the blows, especially with his slower reactions and movements.
That's the best one, coach. That's the best one, coach. Stick roll, stop it. Hey, put a shot. Isso, that's it. Stick roll. Put a shot. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, look where your left hook is when you finish, Mike.
One roll.
Speaking of movements, Tyson is levels beyond Paul. He still has great head movement, and his entries into the pocket will be a key factor in this fight. If Paul can't keep that jab out there and clip Tyson before he closes the distance in the early minutes of this bout, it actually might be a quick night for him as Tyson may overwhelm him.
Why? Because I think it's just disrespectful to the sport, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch one of my all-time favourite fighters, one of my heroes, I guess, in a boxing ring at 55 years of age, physically a shell of what he once was. I'm not saying abandon the fight. I'm just going, not for me, mate. I don't want to watch it. So, like, when he finished boxing 20 years ago, he was shot. Agreed? Like, you don't, I mean, I know you don't upset anyone, but everyone agrees with that. So you think that 20 years on, it's okay for him to go back into a ring?
Meanwhile, British boxing promoter Eddie Hearn said, he won't bother watching the fight. Hearn made it clear that he will not stay to follow proceedings of the fight after promoting the highly expected rematch between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano on November 15th. For him, the fight poses a great risk to Tyson's health and well-being, a situation that is aggravated by the fact that Tyson has already incurred health complications in the recent past.
He is set to make history again in a fight against Jake Paul, who is 31 years younger than him. Introducing Mike Tyson.
Mike, what's up, man?
I am Mike.
Thanks for coming by, Mike. We appreciate you, man.
And I was watching y'all guys on the show. You guys had suits. I was telling my wife I'm gonna wear a suit on the show. She said, no, just wear this, don't wear no fucking suit.
Nah, you know it's casual Friday, so
Well, I didn't know that. I would have been fucked up.
On Fridays and Friday mornings, we.
Well, that's why I wanted to be on the show. I said, boy, they got suits. I want to be on that show because I want to get fly with.
Oh yeah, come back. Come back on Monday. We gonna have our suits on Monday. Come back on Monday. And we'll be suited up, but you're more than welcome to come on the show anytime, Mike. You know we're big fans.
Thank you,
We
brother.
appreciate you actually showing up in person, man.
However, he maintained that even at his age, Tyson remains a formidable threat to Paul because of his aggression and powerful punches. But he said that Paul is at his prime fighting age and that he believes gives Paul an edge over the former heavyweight champion. He continued by criticizing Jake Paul for going into the ring with a 58-year-old. Eddie believes that fighting a man like Tyson defeats what Paul is trying to do, which is to build a career in boxing. Frankly, he called it a circus.
But fight a fighter. Don't fight a 55-year-old man who's shot and used to be one of the greatest fighters of all time. It's a circus, but circus sells. So I know it's going to do good numbers and etc. So I wish him all the best, but it's just not for me. It makes me feel a bit sick having to watch that, But people, I guess if you don't love the sport of boxing, then it would appeal to you. But if you care about the sport of boxing, or you care about the history of boxing, you cannot be wanting to see that fight.
Talking about sex, before I do let you go, how can you and Oscar De La Hoya sort this beef out? What's the way?
Listen,
what's the one way?
Oscar's got this terrible, I don't know what, of everything he's got.
However, Mike Tyson has responded to Eddie's statement. Speaking to reporters through a video call before the fight, Iron Mike responded to Hearn's remarks, saying, "Well, that's Eddie's opinion, and that's all I can say." The 58-year-old boxing icon then quickly turned his focus to the upcoming heavyweight clash in Texas, sharing his enthusiasm and confidence despite his age. "I'm doing well. I'm just looking forward to the fight. Really looking forward to it," Tyson asserted. While Iron Mike is expected to receive a significant sum for his next bout, he insists that money is not the driving force behind his return to the ring. "This money from this fight is not going to change my lifestyle any," he declared. Both men expected to rake in around $20 million each for the Netflix-sponsored showdown. The loser should not go broke whether it's Paul or Tyson. But it is not just Eddie Hearn that shares this opinion. UFC CEO Dana White agrees that Jake Paul's quest to become a legitimate professional boxer won't get the recognition it deserves if he keeps fighting against people that retired from combat sports decades ago, that all his previous opponents were not professional boxers. Therefore, he believes that his 10 wins are not credible. So, White said that Paul has to fight his age mates to be considered a true boxer. Although this might be the biggest fight in Jake Paul's short boxing career, White believes that it is because of Mike Tyson. He maintained that Jake lost to Tommy Fury in Riyadh, so he needs this fight to regain his credibility. Dana maintains his opinion that Tyson should be anywhere near a boxing ring in a professional setting, but still sees him as one of the greatest.
Mr. Mike Tyson, it is so different to see what you do when you're on your phone or watching online, to witness it right here. It is something spectacular that I don't think any of us have seen before. At this point, there's a quote that you have said, "God lets everything happen for a reason. It's all a learning process." From the moment you started getting into camp for this fight, what have you learned about yourself so far?
That I'm tougher than I believe I was. Because actually, when I agreed to this fight, I started training, I said, what the fuck am I thinking?
Regardless of whatever anyone thinks about the upcoming fight, it is going to happen this weekend. So, we have the opportunity to see Tyson one last time in the ring. The match is going to be a box office hit too, especially as Netflix will be broadcasting it. Who do you think will win it? Let's hear your predictions in the comments section. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell.